Hi YouTube, it's Peggy Lou again. I'm trying to shoot this video really quickly because I have somewhere to go in about 10-15 minutes, but the book that I'm going to be reviewing is due back at the library. This book is The Great Glass Sea by Josh Weil, and it was the book that my book club read last month. The premise of the book is that it's set in an alternate present-day Russia, and kind of in an secluded area of Russia, not in Moscow. It centers around two brothers who are twins and how in this new Russian society they find their way and develop. One of the brothers is very successful within the framework of the new system, and one of the brothers is not. It's basically that there's an oligarchy and there's one great big company that has made a bunch of money. Most of the people living and working in the area work for this big company that has launched satellites into orbit that have giant mirrors on them that direct the sun, so that in this particular area of Russia there is never a nighttime. It's always light out. And so because there's always light out, they convince the workers to work 12-hour shifts and never have time off. There's two shifts, so as one group is working 12 hours and getting off, the next group is getting there. And they're building a giant greenhouse that is just ever expanding and taking up more and more land. And because the company and the billionaire who owns the company have this endless supply of money, it just continues to grow and take over everything slowly, including, eventually, or so the billionaire hopes, the farm where the two boys grew up. To not have a job and to not work in this 12-hour shift society is considered extremely subversive, and people that are homeless or jobless are sort of relegated off to these villages. But presumably, as the company expands the greenhouse and the fields and the planting, this will overrun the village. Also, in the village where the people don't work, they're constantly being inundated with commercials and capitalist sort of persuasion. I think the point of that was to try and to convince them that they wanted things, that they should go and work so that they could have the things. They're just within their village, which is enclosed, there's just all these TV monitors and billboards constantly playing ads at them. Their society is just this extreme version of, or extreme perversion of, capitalism. So one of the brothers just doesn't really fit into that society, and he dreams of someday like moving back to the farm where he and his brother grew up. The other brother has a wife and children and is very much caught up in the new system, and at some point becomes the favorite of the billionaire who runs the company, and begins getting promoted very quickly. And as he's promoted, he and his family, his wife and two kids, begin, of course, with more money, buying more things. The other brother ends up quitting his job and is living, sort of outside of society, and it's just sort of a matter of time before he's, sent off to live in the village with all the ads playing at him. So it's really just a story about juxtaposing these two brothers and their two different views of the society. The brother on the outside is very much just really obsessed with getting out of this society, but with having his brother come with him, he doesn't want to do it without his brother. Their relationship is actually like very odd in that the one brother does seem really obsessed with the other brother. He doesn't seem interested in having any personal relationships with anyone other than his brother. My review. I didn't finish this book. I was plowing through it trying to get done before my book club met, And I got maybe about 150 pages to the end. I went to the book club and we discussed it, and I thought, well, I'll just finish it. Afterwards, I read a few more pages and then realized I didn't really want to finish it. I didn't really like this book. It's very confusing, actually. Like, the descriptions of the spatial arrangement of the town and the region where the book takes place was very confusing to me, and some of the action was very confusing to me, like where it was like, what exactly just happened? And I had to like reread sections of it to like really actually figure out what had happened. Also, I felt like the characters, especially even like the two main characters who were the two brothers, were just really two-dimensional or one-dimensional. They weren't really fully fleshed out. I thought that the twin thing was kind of a weirdly overdone sort of thing. It was clearly just so that you could have these two people who started out together and then show how they ended up representing the two different sides. I wasn't really curious about how it ended so much. I was just sort of like, and I was disappointed because it seems like such a good like premise, which just goes to show that premise isn't everything. Having a good idea is just the beginning to writing a good book. And I don't think that that this really lived up to its expectations, or at least not up to my expectation. 1 star out of 5 because I didn't finish it. But have you read this book? Do you agree with me or disagree with me? If you have any comments, questions, and also, you know, suggestions, if you have any book recommendations, any books you'd like to see me review, I will go out to the library and check them out and read them and review them. As per usual, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe because, you know, it would be nice to have subscribers. Just saying. Final note, yeah, this is my natural hair. It's curly. I realized that in all my other videos it's been flat ironed, and this might be new for you, YouTube, but so yeah, love mail and hate mail. Leave it for me. Bye now.